Welcome to Bridgerton Book 6, When He Was Wicked. This is the darkest, most emotional story in the entire series. Buckle up. Meet Michael Stirling, London's most infamous rake. Charming, witty, and has never once let a woman truly touch his heart. Then one evening, Michael walks into a dinner party, and his entire world stops. Standing across the room is the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. Her name is Francesca Bridgerton. Michael falls fast, hard, completely. It's the most inconvenient love of his life. Why inconvenient? Because this dinner party? It's celebrating Francesca's engagement. She's marrying his cousin John in 36 hours. John Stirling, Earl of Kilmartin, is Michael's cousin, but closer than a brother, kind, good, and genuinely in love with Francesca. Michael has no villain to hate, just himself. Michael hides everything. He smiles through the wedding, dances at the reception, and locks his love so deep inside, even he can pretend it isn't there. Time passes. Michael becomes the couple's closest friend. The three are inseparable. Walks, dinners, long evenings by the fire. It's wonderful. It's torture. Francesca loves their friendship. She always asks Michael to tell her something wicked, a story about his scandalous adventures. It's their little game. But Michael has no new wicked stories this week, because secretly, quietly, he stopped chasing other women. He only wants one, and she's untouchable. It's been 2 years. Michael has perfected the art of loving someone in silence, until one ordinary evening changes everything forever. John says he has a headache. He lies down to rest. Michael and Francesca go for an evening walk together, nothing unusual, just another Tuesday. When they return, John's valet looks worried. Francesca goes upstairs to wake him. Seconds later, Michael hears her screaming. John is gone, died peacefully in his sleep. Just like that, the kind, beloved Earl of Kilmartin is no more. He was 26 years old. Grief crashes over both of them like a wave. But Michael's grief is tangled with something far darker, guilt, because part of him feels free. The House of Lords immediately asks, is Francesca pregnant? If not, Michael inherits the earldom. The lawyers arrive the very next morning. Francesca is not pregnant. Michael becomes the new Earl of Kilmartin, inheriting his cousin's title, his estate, his life. It feels like stealing from a dead man. Michael can't do it. He can't stay near Francesca, grieve John, and carry this secret love all at once. So he does the only thing he can. He runs. He enlists and ships off to India. Francesca is left alone to grieve, abandoned by both her husband and her best friend in the span of 1 month. 4 years pass. Michael writes Francesca 3 letters from India. She never writes back. He tells himself that's fine. He knows it isn't. In India, Michael contracts malaria, a brutal, recurring fever that nearly kills him. Far from home, delirious and alone, he fights for his life. Meanwhile in Scotland, Francesca slowly heals. She manages the Kilmartin estate with quiet strength, but grief has made her build walls around her heart. Eventually, Francesca makes a decision. She wants a baby, a family, a life again. She puts away her black dresses and buys bright blue gowns. She's ready. Francesca returns to London for the social season to find a new husband. The same night, completely by coincidence, Michael also arrives back in London. They meet by the library fireplace at Kilmartin House. Awkward, tender, both pretending nothing has changed, both knowing everything has. London society goes wild for both of them. Francesca's drawing room fills with suitors' flowers. Michael is mobbed by women at every ball. Neither of them cares. Out walking in Hyde Park one afternoon, Francesca suddenly sees Michael differently. She notices his lips, his eyes, his nearness. She panics and runs. That same evening, Francesca discovers Michael collapsed in his room. His malaria has returned. Without hesitation, she spends the entire night at his bedside. As he recovers, something shifts between them. Their old comfortable banter is back, but warmer now, charged. Neither can quite explain it. Michael's friend Colin Bridgerton, Francesca's own brother, pulls Michael aside and says bluntly, "You should marry her." Michael sputters. Colin is unmoved. Michael argues it would be a betrayal of John. Colin dismantles every objection one by one. For the first time, Michael lets himself consider the impossible. At Violet Bridgerton's birthday ball, Michael and Francesca end up alone together. The tension that's been building for years finally has nowhere left to hide. They kiss. It's not an accident, it's not a mistake. It is 4 years of silence and 6 years of longing finally breaking the surface. It is everything. Francesca pulls back. Her heart is racing for the wrong reasons guilt, not joy. She calls it a mistake. She doesn't mean it. Michael sees through her instantly. Michael finally says it all, every bit of it. From the very first night he saw her. 6 years of silence poured out in one conversation. He leaves nothing hidden. Francesca is overwhelmed. She flees to Scotland Kilmartin to think. She needs space from Michael, from her feelings, and from her own guilt. The ghost of John hovers over everything. She loved him genuinely. He wasn't a placeholder. Their marriage was real. Can she honor that and love Michael? Michael follows her to Scotland. He refuses to let her run from this. He tries reasoning, wooing, persuading. Nothing works. She keeps her walls up. Then Michael changes tactics. If logic won't work, perhaps a different kind of persuasion will. He leans in close and says, "Shall I tell you something wicked?" The walls come down, the guilt, the resistance, the grief. It all cracks open. Francesca finally stops running and falls into the love she's been fighting. Michael proposes. Francesca says yes, not out of duty, not out of loneliness, but because she loves him, fully, freely, on her own terms. But one secret remains Michael's malaria. He's been hiding how severe it was, afraid that knowing might make Francesca love him out of pity. She is furious. She's angry because she loves him and he was keeping himself from her. She needed the truth, all of it. No more secrets between them, ever. They marry, but John's absence is felt on the wedding day. You can love someone new without erasing who came before. This book understands that completely. Then comes the heartbreak neither expected. Francesca desperately wants a baby, but month after month, nothing. 33 cycles, no pregnancy, no news. Francesca grieves her infertility quietly, alone until at a family christening, her mother, Violet, finally sits with her and lets her cry it all out. Something releases in Francesca after that conversation. She stops bracing for disappointment. She lets herself breathe again, and then the unexpected happens. Francesca is pregnant. Michael holds her face in his hands, and for the first time in his entire life, he has nothing left to hide, nothing left to fear. They have a son. They name him John. It is the most perfect, most heartbreaking, most beautiful tribute a man could give the cousin he loved and wronged. 9 months later, a daughter arrives. Janet Helen Stirling, named for both their mothers. She has her father's eyes, and everyone agrees she is trouble already. Epilogue ends with a letter from John's mother, Janet. She writes, Michael and Francesca were born for each other, and she thanks Michael for letting her son love Francesca first. When He Was Wicked isn't just a romance, it's about grief, guilt, patience, and the terrifying courage it takes to love someone after loss. Absolutely stunning. If you loved this, subscribe and drop a comment. Are you Team Michael or Team John?